Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's episode of my fall baking series, I am going to make these delicious pumpkin streusel donuts. These donuts smell to die for, and I can't wait to taste one. In my last video, you guys wanted me to taste test it you wanted me to taste it on camera, so I'm going to do that. But first, I'm going to tell you that these are 4 smart points apiece. These donuts, the recipe comes from Drizzle Me Skinny. I will have the original recipe linked down below. As you keep watching, you'll see the little bits that I've changed, just like with the spices and whatnot. But they smell to die for, so I'm going to taste one. They're a little dense. Very good though. Wow, really good. I might have just baked them for like another minute or so, but they're still cooling as well. So good, guys. So if you want to see me make these, then keep watching. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to do is spray your 6 donut holding pan. Took me forever to find this pan, but I finally found this one at Target. This is the Nordic Ware pan. If I could find a link for it, I will link it down below. So and then you're going to set your oven to 350 degrees. Alright guys, so this is a super simple recipe, and since it's only making 6 donuts, the batter is quite small. So all you're going to need is a half a cup of flour. In the bowl we go. You will need 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. I've never made donuts before, so I really hope these come out good. There's a delicious streusel topping that we're going to sprinkle on top that I think is going to make these taste delicious. We're going to need 1 teaspoon of baking powder. The original recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of cinnamon and a half teaspoon of nutmeg. I'm just going to use pumpkin pie spice. I'm just going to do 2 tablespoons worth. Oh, not 2 tablespoons. 2 teaspoons worth. And with spices, I don't really measure exactly because you can't have too much of this yummy pumpkin goodness. And then we're going to mix up these dry ingredients because this is all the dry ingredients we're going to need. Again, this is a really small batter because we're only making 6 donuts here, and you saw the pan, they're not that big. Now we're going to add our wet ingredients right to the dry ingredients. So the wet ingredients are 1/4 cup of 100% pure pumpkin, not the pumpkin pie mix. Some of these cans are already ready to just be made into a pie. This is just pure pumpkin, so you need 1/4 cup. You'll need 2 tablespoons worth of egg whites. I guess if you had just only egg whites at your house, you could crack them and measure them out. This is just a lot easier if you ask me. You'll need 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. I really hope I have enough. I think there will probably be exactly a teaspoon in here. Whew, just about. I forgot that I was running out of vanilla. And then lastly for this, you will need a half a cup of almond milk. I only have vanilla unsweet almond milk. I don't know if that'll affect points or not, but 1 cup is only 40 calories, so I assume that half a cup of this is still not much. Alright, so that's it. I'm going to give this a good mix. I always make a mess when I'm baking, guys. I just cleaned this tablecloth. It smells delicious. I can't imagine how delicious it's going to smell when it's all baking. Alright, so now that this is all mixed together, we are going to make the streusel topping in a separate bowl. Alright, so for the streusel topping, you will need 2 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 1 and 2. So for the spices for this one, it says 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon nutmeg. I'm actually going to do the cinnamon just because I feel like a streusel topping has to have cinnamon. So I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin spice. And 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon. Love cinnamon. And then last, you will need a 3/4 tablespoon melted butter. What I just did was I filled up a tablespoon about 3/4 way to the top because I didn't know how else to measure a 3/4 tablespoon. And then you just mix this all together until it's nice and crumbly. Alright, so I'm going to finish mixing this, and then we're going to get the batter into the donut pan. Alright, so I am just going to spoon some in, oops, and make a mess as per the usual. Alright. I hope I'm dividing this right. The directions in the recipe did not say. Next time, maybe if I do this, I would put it in like a pastry bag and just squeeze it in. That would probably be a little bit easier. But I'm just going to go ahead and fill up all of these, and then I will sprinkle it with the topping. And now they are ready for the oven. You cook these for about 14 to 16 minutes, and then when they're done, we're going to add a little bit of frosting on top. Alright guys, so the last step was adding 1 tablespoon. I put 1 tablespoon of vanilla frosting in this bag, and I just drizzled a little on top. According to the recipe, adding the little bit of frosting does not add a point. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!